What's up? What's up? What's up?
It's the MKP. It's the MKP.
Rajim in the building.
It's the MKP.
We got a Leah in the building. Mr. Make It Happen.
It's the MKP.
Hey y'all.
It's the MKP.
All day long.
Hey y'all.
It's the MKP.
Hey y'all.
It's the MKP.
Hey y'all.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's the Ketchup Podcast, episode 52. Affirm your actions with your host, Lofton, aka Mr. Hayes Adonis. And I got my co-host in the building, Rajim in the building.
Mr. Make It Happen once again. Let's go. Turn up.
What is up, man? It looks like, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately, our international correspondent is outside internationally corresponding.
Yeah.
And she's will come back with a nice report for us. When she get back, she's out there in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying, trying to stay on the game, you know what I'm saying, not hurting herself too much. So she'll be back next week, coming back nice and safe. But you know, we gotta start it out, man. So how was your week? Hey,
Man, I had a really good week, man. Honestly, what's today? So day before yesterday was my granddaughter's first birthday. So we hung out at Disney all day. You know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? She made it to one. You know what I'm saying? Still got good credit. You know how it goes.
Till you put that cable in her name.
Yeah. Till you got black bill on there. So yeah, man. So she had a good time. I can tell you know she's a happy baby. So everywhere we went, man, she was dancing and jumping, and I got to ride Small World again for the first time in 30 years. Hey. I had that song in my head all day long. I forgot how long that song was.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
It's not a small world because this is a long ass song. So we did. We just rolled some rides with her, man, and had a good time. And yesterday I had a beach day with her. Made it her weekend, man. It's pretty much.
Okay. That's
dope.
dope.
We had a good time. Definitely.
That's good stuff.
How about yourself, man? So what's up with you?
Hey, you know, it's been good, man. You know, took advantage of the still being you know what I'm saying, and that service and whatnot. So I you know, got the little 4-day popping off, you know what I mean? So I've been up Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like
I had old 5-day too. I'm like,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, that was like a 4.5, you know what I'm saying? I did like a little Friday was a little half day type deal. But,
I was on Friday.
You know what I'm saying? It was good, man. So I've been just been chilling, man. Those, you know, if you listening out there, you might have seen me on my Facebook. I just did my Chef Boyardee, killed him with the rib game. My rib game.
Out for the rib competition.
Yeah. My rib game is for real. So I took advantage of the new grill that I got while I was doing it. It's got like the apps and everything. I was just like,
what?
Put the fire on, hit that timer, and I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go watch a movie.
I hate when that happened. Now you're gonna make me go looking for a grill with Wi-Fi. Like,
that mug was legit. So, and also, you know, my daughter came down to visit and whatnot. So got to spend time with her, having a good time. And you know, so that's how we got down for the week, man. It wasn't too busy, but it was just looking forward to that 4-day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to take advantage.
Yeah, all day.
Also, my wife is injured. So she injured herself. She was out there. Rugged Jen was out there being rugged, man. She got back into jiu-jitsu, right? So she was out there choke holding cats, you know what I'm saying, breaking arms and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, trying to be like that. And they gonna mess her knee up, man.
What?
She may have tore the meniscus in her knee. So now she
can't go to UFC.
She ain't rugged Jen no more. She's crutched Jen.
My sister, you killing me. I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell
you know, I'll be messing with her. You know what I'm saying? I threw my own laughs in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She gonna find it. She probably watching right now.
Straight dad joking down here.
Man. So definitely a beautiful weekend, man.
Yeah, man, it's been great. Florida's been on fire. It's insane out here with the heat game. So it's kind of crazy. how everything's been going with that. But we surviving. And one thing that can help you survive in this wonderful heat game is my favorite time and yours.
Yeah.
It's always a drink of the day.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, drink of the
And
day.
the crowd goes.
Gotta love the drink of the day. So for today, me drinking the day, I threw a little I had a little cherry limeade vodka, threw a little Bacardi on top of that, got some strawberries in there, and then I have some cherry limeade freaking sparkling water. So I just threw that all together.
Okay.
And I just call this a picnic by myself. You know what I'm saying? Picnic by myself. So I'm just enjoying that.
Do what you do.
Nice little deal. So talk to me. I know you was being all, uppity last time. You was cutting apples and all type of stuff. So now tell me what you got.
I thought you had the video this week, so that's why I'm making the video. But I did I did mine simple. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I did a little bit of Di Serrano on the rocks. That's all I did.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I kept it clean.
You know what? That bottle is classic. That's a classic bottle, and there was a whole bunch of black people that had those like in the 70s, had them bottles.
Di Serrano, boy, keep it moving.
Them bottles was straight up in the liquor cabinet all day long. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta represent.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So I ain't even gonna call it that. I'm calling it Di Serrano.
Di Serrano.
Call it what sometimes you gotta call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get you. It's gonna and look, even though it's a different car, it's gonna still get you to the same destination. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Yeah, boom, go with it.
All right. Well, we are going to keep it rolling out here. We about to move on to the news of the week. We got the news of the week that's popping off, man. I last week we didn't bring in the wonderful slides, but you know what? I brought the slides back. You know what I'm saying? The slides was back.
Okay.
So we gonna pop back
the slides
off. Slides is back. We brought the slides back up in this mug. All right. So first off, one thing that I was looking at that I thought was kind of wacky and wild. Jaden Smith said that his mother, Jada Pinkett Smith, introduced their family to psychedelics.
What?
And this was like, obviously Jaden Smith is only 21. So he's not like an old dude or something. So he said that Jada introduced their family to psychedelics. Like, I guess she was kind of doing the things. Will, I guess, was getting on them joints. And then they kind of helped, based on what Jaden's saying, is that it helped. He credits psychedelics with helping him deepen his emotion connection with his sister and his half brother. And he made these comments at the Psychedelic Science Conference in Denver, Colorado last week, which I didn't even know they had a conference. Yeah. That was kind of interesting. You know what I'm saying? That was something new. But do you feel like this is something that you should be introducing your children to?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, these days parents are different. I don't know why. Parents are a lot different. They do stupid stuff. I don't know. And like I said, maybe it's because they're rich. Maybe it's because they're in the spotlight. I don't know. But if you realize, if you look at it, a lot of the kids, especially celebrity kids, they go through a lot of stuff we don't go through. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't think it was a good move. I don't think it's a good move at all. But like I said, it's one of them things to where we have to raise our kids. I guess raise them in the lifestyle that we are in. Or for the lifestyle we are in. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I don't. As a parent, I wouldn't do it. As a parent, perfect example. I don't think it's cute. A lot of people let their kids curse, and they think it's cute. Oh, that's cute. No, it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
It ain't cute at all. They let their kids drink. Oh, let them have a little sip. That ain't. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not. Then it's just me. You raise your kids, raise kids, but I don't feel like. I feel like you have to have structure. You have to have some type of discipline to the point where, if you know drinking is bad, why introduce it to your kids? And
right.
then you have to. I guess you got to be able to, take what you can handle. Put it that way. If you're cool with your kids going through that kind of stuff, and you dealing with it, and you letting them, and you cool with the backlash of it or whatever, then hey, you have to decide if that's what you want to deal with.
Right.
But me as a parent, like, no, I don't. I guess I'm more stern as a parent because I also feel like as Black men, we have to raise Black men different. We're in a survival mode, so we have to learn how to teach our kids, how to be quiet when they need to be quiet.
Right.
That's like the incident where the guy just got shot and killed because he punched his kid mom in the face.
Ooh.
You can't punch somebody mom in the face and don't expect to get shot.
Yeah.
He had people around him, instigating, and he trying to be, everybody want to be a thug because some thug shit happened. And he got shot in the back twice, so you have to learn, and I say all to say this, as a man, especially as a Black man, you have to teach the youth, like, know when to be quiet. You ain't got to rah all the time. We already known as a threat. We already seen as a threat. You can't rah all the time. Everything ain't stick your chest out. You can't fight the police in the street. If you got something you don't like, fight it in court. But you never win in the street. There ain't never been a time when the police was like, you know what, you right. All right, you can go. No, it ain't never been that type of situation ever.
Right.
Us as Black men, we have to raise our young Black men different for survival purposes. So,
but do you feel like with this situation, and I know the things that you were speaking on, but in this particular situation, outside of learning how to navigate situations that just deal with being Black, but in this situation, this is dealing with like why are you bringing narcotics or hallucinogens, psychedelics into your family instead of being able to, like they've been doing, I heard the Red Table Talk supposed to be coming back. What happened to the Red Table Talk, or just sitting down and being able to talk to your kids, or just being able to have a good relationship with your family and being able to talk it out? Why you gotta be seeing rainbows and unicorns that got surfboards on their head to be able to talk to another human being? But that's the part that I feel like it's one of those things of not being able to navigate emotions, and you're not teaching. Because if you're showing, hey, that this is the only way that I can function, then you're allowing that door to be open because you haven't been able to figure it out yourself, and they may not need it.
Yep. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand too that a lot of times, I don't know, how many parents you've seen in this situation, but a lot of parents use drugs as a means of control. So how many times have you seen a mother give her kids like NyQuil or something, or some type of, say something to put them down and go to sleep or something like that? Yeah,
a little something on the
yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, it's something different when you're a parent giving your kids narcotics to deal with or cope or whatever. But like I said, we don't. This same person that slept with one of their kids' friends. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the mindset. And I think that's what you don't know the mindset of some people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The month of August is coming up.
Yeah.
And I seen it. Oh, hey, you know what I'm saying? For those that are listening, man, we got the Rev done showed up. What's up, Rev? You late, man?
Yeah,
hey, man, I'm definitely late. I'm definitely late. I'm definitely late.
You luckily the ushers in the back with the white gloves open the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I like put my finger up and like walk in. You got the holy finger you put up and you have to come on in there.
You was almost in the pool pit by yourself.
Right. So I sat in the back like the pastor asked me if I wanted to come up front, and I said, "Nah, I'm cool with the kids. I'm cool with the kids."
Leave you in the foyer with the, you know what I'm saying? Leave you in the foyer.
Yeah, right.
Just listen,
hey, look.
Just listen to the speakers, man. Just listen to the beats. You gotta stay in the reception hall. Just listen to the speakers.
Yeah.
Indeed. So first off, listen, man. Shout out to everybody that actually makes this thing happen, man. I see my brother with the American flag in the back, man. Rod, you're doing it. And bro Lofton, man, you actually handling your business. That's my child that's actually running down the street driving too fast. But anyway, and you see in the back, man, I'm at my brother's place. I just wanted to come in and say what's up to everybody first of all. And when I look at stuff like this, like this actually news, like she gave her children, she gave her whole family, introduced them to psychedelics, man. I mean, you know, how do you actually justify? Like, what is it that you actually justify? What do you say? What do you do that actually justifies it being? What makes it okay for you to actually do that, man? And I mean, with everything that's actually going on in this world right now, I mean, I can't actually say that there's actually anything that would do. I have no words except for the fact that, you know, that's irresponsible. So I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. So if that's what she wants to do, if that's what she wants to be, and that's what she wants to represent, you know, hey, I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff that's actually going on in the world, but I can't justify. I can't actually say whatever it is. But like for my babies who actually just walked up and actually holler at their dad or whatever, as far as that's concerned, you know, I can't justify anybody bringing anything into my family, into my boys, that says it's actually okay for you to say that it's all right for you to indulge in something that's going to be detrimental to you in this world, that says that it's all right to do that. So, you know, I got 3 sons. I got Ethan, Evan, Ellison, man. I got my boys, and I just don't do that. I mean, I got 2 that are adults, and I got 1 that's a 15-year-old that's doing this thing. And who am I to actually represent something that says it's okay for you to indulge in this and make it all right for you to actually look at life in this particular situation and circumstance? I mean, I don't get that. So that's pretty much all I got, man. When I look at my babies, I say, nah, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay for me. It's not okay for them. You know, well, if I were to take a drink, then they got that. If I were to do whatever, then they got that. But, you know, it's all about responsibility. It's all about responsibility. And when you relinquish your power to yourself, to the world, for everything that's actually going on, nah, man. I mean, I can give you all kinds of scriptures that say no, 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 and no.
Right.
But the world does what it does, and that's stupid, man. I'm gonna say it's stupid, and I'm gonna go on record. And this is not the view of the Mint Ketchup Podcast, and whatever everybody says on the Mint Ketchup Podcast, I'm gonna give y'all your disclaimer where it's concerned. But for me and mine, the 2 that are standing right here with me, nah, bruh, no.
Yeah, I got you, man. That makes sense, man. You don't want to have something else in control of you, or giving you the wrong perspective of what the reality is, and that's one thing that's wild. Because you know, there's people to get out there and they get on something like that, and they can't tell the difference of, you know, the real world that they were just in, and compared to this drug that took them to this other place, and they seeing all type of stuff, and they end up, you know, running in the street, getting hit, killing themselves because they feel like they got bugs all on them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You've heard all types of situations that been going on with it. So, you know, I mean, hey, you know, it's a weird world, man, and that's a different, and the thing is that you're seeing that for that family that's being, you know, seen through all the different shows and things of that nature. You're kind of seeing behind the curtain, man, and it's like, oh, are these people really ones to be followed? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, there's a lot of statements out there that you're kind of just like, man, disappointing, because you thought people had you know, better sense than that they're displaying. But we're gonna keep it moving, man. You know, just like the title of the podcast, affirm your actions. We got the affirmative action situation going on here. You know, you had the Supreme Court. They just made a judgment on the affirmative action in college admissions. It was something that effectively cases reach back to back 45 years in validating admissions plans at places like Harvard and the University of North Carolina, some of the nation's oldest private and public colleges, respectively. You know what the breakdown is on this, and it's kind of wild how everything went down. You know, you have them taking race out of it, even though that's sometimes that's been a part of admissions. You have people like Barack Obama. You got some of the most successful black people that have stepped into the limelight and been successful, and even some of the justices, um, their careers have it's been allowed for them to be able to show that they are more than just their skin due to the fact that their skin allowed them to get into places that normally wouldn't let them into those places to show that they could succeed, which then allowed more people to see that people of those particular races can do more than be a stereotype that they have created. And that is one of those things that the affirmative action has allowed. Like now, yes, I can say that there's more people that are willing, and also due to the fact of relationships that have been, barriers have been crossed, and families are more integrated and things of that nature, where people understand and you have more allies because they're like, dang, why they treating, what I'm saying, my brother-in-law like that? Like that's messed up because he's that, and it really doesn't affect people until they are living in it and they have to experience it either through somebody that's a family member, a kid that they've had, things of that nature. And affirmative action has allowed the country to have more successful people to pull from due to the fact that it's allowing people's um, the positivity and their skill sets to grow within the nation. So it's made the nation stronger. It's allowed more people within the nation to be able to push forward and have those things. And that was one of the things that took precedent in that, is allowing people to get the education at the highest level. So, hey Roz, what was your perspective on this whole affirmative action being taken away from college admissions? Have you seen any have been some effects of some states that I've seen that it's reduced the amount of minorities that's entered the schools when some of the states had taken that away. Have you seen anything, and what's your perspective on it?
I look at it like this, man. I mean, I don't know about you two, and I'm pretty sure you do, but I kind of feel like I see something coming. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is a setup for other things, for bigger things. And what I mean by that is there's so many things that are coming to pass that, we didn't really think, we didn't think twice about. So nobody really thought about, affirmative action until, they decided not to have it. You get what I'm saying? Because, and I feel like we as African Americans, we can't get comfortable. So we've gotten comfortable with knowing that things are going to be there. You get what I'm saying? So, and, I don't want, like, for example, I have 3 college degrees, and I never really thought that I got my degrees, I got my education because, color of my skin, or because I was, I had to be one of 5 people of being black and blah, blah, blah. I felt like, I got my education because I worked hard to get it, and my career because I worked hard to maintain it and grow in my career, but we can't get comfortable. That's the problem, because when you look at the news, there's so many different things that we see now, and people are still blind to, but people see what they want to see, put it that way. You know what I'm saying? It's some things are right in front of your face. And for example, we live in DeSantis. Listen, as much as I don't like Trump,
yeah, my man, wildin'.
Look, as much as I don't like Trump, I hate DeSantis more. I ain't gonna say hate. I dislike him more. I've never thought it would be somebody I dislike more than Trump. You know what I'm saying? Trump is one of them situations to where I feel like, he said you can't argue with an idiot. Okay, well, I'm not, it's not for me to get upset about. DeSantis is doing things that, I think he's setting up the country for, I don't know if it's, I don't know. I feel like we're being set up to go to war. I don't know if it's a civil war. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's coming down this pipeline, but it's coming. And the crazy part about it is there's so many educated black people. and not just black people, minorities, period. So many educated people, and you know, you would miss out on the talent and the experience from so many different people by looking at color. You get what I'm saying? And it's terrible because just perfect example. About 7 years ago, it wasn't even that long ago, I was sitting in a meeting and, you know, a gentleman decided to put me in check. You know, he put me in check because I used the word and I didn't use it in the context that he liked. And he put me on blast in front of the whole meeting. There's like, you know, big wigs in there and blah, blah, blah. He didn't know me from Adam, you know. But it was one of the situations to where it was like a ha-ha moment. You know, Regine used that word, you know, didn't use that word correctly and blah, blah, blah. You know, and, you know, the environment that I work in is predominantly white. Don't get me wrong. You know, my life and my family is very diverse. So anybody that knows me, you know, I have no problem with, you know, color at all. But in this particular situation, it was you know, let's try to embarrass, you know, the black guy situation, you know, and I can't remember his exact words, but that's pretty much, you know, what it was. You know, before you speak, just know what you're saying in this environment. It's not, you're not in the, you know, it's like I wasn't in the hood type environment type of situation. Huh, really? You know, but that's when education comes into play. You know, that's when I can say, hey, by the way, you know, I'm not an angry black man. You know, I'm an educated black man, you know, and I have these plaques behind me to show that. So before you come at me at that level, you know my experience, know that my resume is impeccable, know that I have the education to back it up, you know, and know that I'm not here to, first of all, lose my job over stupidity, you know, over your ignorance. But I feel like you said, and I say all that to say this, you have to understand the concept of where you are as a minority. You can't get complacent and be like, oh, I'm good to go, blah, blah, because there are situations that we are put in, you know, that will allow us to look a certain way if we don't watch ourselves, you know. So, and I know I'm probably not answering your question, but I said all that to answer your question, I guess. You know, pretty much. I do see it, and so I do see situations to where, you know, colleges are bringing in black athletes. Mm-hmm. You know, they're not bringing. You know, I want to see colleges bring in, you know, academic scholars. You know, saying these kids that are going above and beyond. That's what. And I don't feel like, and I don't want, like I say, I don't feel like we have to, you know, have a certain resume. As long as we're doing what we're supposed to do, and as long as we are proving ourselves in that capacity, I don't see why we can't do what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, this country was built around what we've done and continue to do. If that makes sense. You know?
Hey, Lex, what was your perspective, or you have any ideas on that being that affirmative action within the college or the education system collegially being taken away?
So I listened to Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson's response to the opinion that was issued by her colleague. Mm-hmm. Her colleagues, excuse me. I can't remember the other name, but Clarence Thomas is the reason I can't remember the other dude's name.
It was the vote was 6-3 on that one, I think.
Right. Who's the Chief Justice, the person who the main one, John, I can't remember his name was. Anyway, I'm sorry. But you had Sonia Sotomayor and you had Ketanji Brown Jackson, who were the two chief dissenters on the decision. And Ketanji Brown Jackson, well, first, Sonia Sotomayor first said that, you know, I am a benefactor of affirmative action. There would be no way that I would have gotten where I got in life, in school, were it not for affirmative action. She being and I am paraphrasing because I don't know the exact, you know, I don't have it right in front of me. but she was saying that I am a Hispanic female, and she doubly benefited because she's a female and Hispanic, that she got into school, went all through what she went through, and got the position she got to, and rose all the way to the Superior Court of the nation. And Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson was the same way, and she said, "This is not just a travesty, but a tragedy in this country's history, that you're telling me that just because," and unfortunately, like, I live in the United States of America. I love the United States of America. I have been reared by those who supported it. My father was was passed on a war veteran and protected the Constitution. He saw no other employer except for the United States of America, and he loved it. And everybody that I'm surrounded by, including you two gentlemen, having had successful careers in the United States of America, the whole situation is that, yes, this is the greatest country in the world. However, my solo opinion is that, and I even taught my Sunday school class today. They were part of the doggone Sunday school was, teaching about the future of where God says that things are going to happen to a point to where we won't have to actually deal with certain things and certain nationalities and certain people actually being enslaved because of their nationality or their skin color or their gender and the whole 9 yards. And then they were talking about July 4th, the Independence Day, 1776. Absolutely a great day. Yes, absolutely. When this country declared its independence from Great Britain and all of that. However, it was 113 years later when people like you and I even got the word that we were free individuals. It was 113 years later, but a year and a half prior to that was when it actually took place. So the piece to that says that and what he said was a colorblind constitution, yes. However, a people, the paperwork was colorblind, but a people that did not see, you and I, myself, and people like us, and people of all nationalities, including women, that were not equals. It was a colorblind constitution for white men of a certain stature and a certain affluence. They were the ones that was written for. And yes, it's a colorblind constitution, but no, in practicum, it was not the actual case. So when Rajim was actually saying just a minute ago, I see it and I get it and all of that, the truth states this, that affirmative action was a rider. And I don't want to reduce it as a rider, but that's what it was. It was a rider to the Constitution that says, hey, these people matter too. And it's the same thing when you go into current day, when we go the Black Lives Matter movement, everybody wants to reduce it as, well, all lives matter. Oh, we already understand that. But our lives matter too. And our lives matter where it concerns all of this. So to take it back to reducing or getting rid of affirmative action as far as education is concerned, you're telling me now that a colorblind constitution is the sole method or the sole activator that provides you the ability, it provides me, you all, my children, your children, all of those who we love and people who are all around us, folks that we know and we don't know. It provides unequivocal equality for everyone to get a higher education. And we know that is not the truth, because if I fill out my application, if that is the case, then do away completely with when you're asking for on job applications, college applications, any kind of applications, do away with that line that asks you, what is your nationality? It doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, if we've got a colorblind constitution, then stop asking me what my race and what my gender is. And you can't say, well, Oh, that would be wrong. No, it wouldn't be. Then you would be judging me. You would be judging my application prior to meeting me based solely and specifically on my history, the accomplishments that I have actually made, and those things that I present to bring forward as my application to this particular institution of higher learning or this particular whatever. And if you're not going to do that, then you should not get rid of affirmative action, because affirmative action says that it does not do away with that question, but what it does is it reduces that question to the place that it should be. It does not matter what my age is. It does not matter what my gender is. It does not matter what my nationality is. And it actually even does not matter what my sexuality is. What matters is what I bring forward. My history as far as what I have brought to this point, to my accomplishments, to my, whether it be volunteerism or whatever, that is the only aspect that you are asking for as far as my admission to this university and what I present or what I bring as far as being ready to actually do this. And when that is not the case, when you don't do away with all of those other cases, with all those other questions, then you are not doing the fair thing. And I don't care who says it. You can be the Supreme Court of the United States or whoever. You're not doing the right thing. We can have all kinds of other conversations, but if you don't do away with those other conversations, then shut up and don't talk to me. Because what you're not doing is you're not being equal. You can tell me that the Constitution is unbiased and is colorblind, but when you add in those other questions, you're adding in the colors that you're saying we're colorblind. You're adding in, oh, let me tell you who I am and where I came from. No, 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 and no, 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 no. And that's where I am with that.
Got you. No, but I mean, totally like I'm on board. It's either you acknowledge that there are hypocritical, stereotypical situations that'll take place, or you say they do not exist, so you take all those questions off. And that's pretty much where it is. So if you keep it on there, then you're acknowledging that there's people that's going to have prejudice.
That's what I'm saying.
And like, so it's one or the other, and I totally agree with it. And the thing is that it's just going to be a hard thing, and there's going to be bad effects due to the fact that some of those other things are still going to be there, and people can. A lot of the colleges have been talking about that they are still going to go about their process and try to include diversity in their universities and whatnot. But it's going to be a difficult thing to overcome as they go through it, because
you know what's wild, and I don't mean to break
away and everything.
You know what's wild is the two universities that actually brought forth this whole situation that actually rose to the Supreme Court were Harvard University, and it wasn't on their part that it was brought. What was the other university? An Ivy League college, and it was people that said, no, this is not right. It was two universities that brought this whole situation that sent all the way to the Supreme Court. Just two. Two.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild. Some of the things that, and how those can bring those situations forward. But we're going to keep it moving. Now we're going to roll with, let's figure out how good Rihanna really is. You know what I'm saying? Because
Rihanna. Anyway,
Rihanna, one of the first deals, I really wish we had our perspective on here, but Rihanna was the first female artist to have 10 songs with 1 billion Spotify streams.
Yeah,
and I want to know, like, what level, where is in the stacking order of female artists, R&B, music, things of that nature? Where is Rihanna, Rajim? Where is she?
She was in the room.
Hey.
Boy, gonna kick my ass.
Hopefully that's your wife's nickname. Like, I'm just gonna say.
For real.
My bad, cuz. I was just bullshitting. You know this.
Since I didn't agree with him, just in case you're watching the podcast, it's just him by himself.
Yeah.
So man, listen, man. I like Rihanna, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what I like about Rihanna. Rihanna has always kept it classy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I mean, all these young girls is coming up. Big Lotto, Coi Leray, Erica Banks. I like the whole. You know, I have to give them a chance. You know, and being at this age in this generation, we stopped giving new music a chance. Like even if I don't ride on the street playing it, I have to allow them to express their art form. And you know what I'm saying? And I think about it, and I'm like, I used to think about it, I'm like, man, this girl ratchet in the mug. But then you think about it, we had Luke, we had Uncle Luke. You know what I'm saying? So we had Jam on the Spread, we had Luke, we had, you know what I'm saying, Master P, we had Tip Drill. So we can't say all this stuff is ratchet and not give.
I mean, it was ratchet. It was we did our ratchet.
But we did too.
We did.
But what I like about Rihanna is she's very classy. You know, she's always been classy. I like her music. She can sing. I like I said, I listen to I'm a writer myself, so I listen to her music. I know she has writers or whatever, but I listen to lyrics or whatever. And like I said, I think she deserves that honor. You know,
where you putting her, man? Where you putting her? Is she top 10 ever?
She top 5.
Top 5 ever.
Ever?
R&B. That's what I'm saying.
Whoa, wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm going like I'm saying how good is Rihanna? That's the question.
I give her top 15.
Top 15?
What?
Yeah, I give her top 15.
Yeah, top 15. All right, so Reverend C, man, talk to me, dude. You would say top 15. Talk to me. How good is Rihanna?
I think he dropped her too low. I honestly think he dropped her too low because when I look at females and I look at the game, and I'm talking about hip hop, I'm talking about R&B, the whole nine. If I'm looking at a crossover artist, man, and y'all might disagree with me, this would be my top almost 5. Yeah, he finally brought out the Malibu Black.
Are they
my man? But listen, so listen, I'm gonna say this. Right. I'm always gonna roll with the queen. I'm talking about now. You didn't ask me this, but I'm gonna let it go with this. I'm gonna look at the queen, Latifah. Come on, man. Dana Owens. Dana Owens. I'm looking at the queen. I'm looking at Queen Latifah. I'm talking about Light. And then one of them Roxanne's, because it's a whole bunch of them.
The real Roxanne.
The real Roxanne is my girl.
Honestly, though, like real talk though. Let's hold on, I'm gonna catch y'all, but real talk. Like you say that, but you can only base that on a couple of songs.
But I'm talking about lyrical skills and what they put down. So yeah, okay. If I say what's in print, okay, cool. But when you listen to, okay, fine. So I'm gonna give Roxanne an honorable mention based on that. I get you. I'm a fall for that one. Okay, but I'm saying Eve was the business.
But you're talking about rappers, and Rihanna is a lot of things.
She is. But I'm putting her in that spectrum though. I'm actually putting her in that circle. So Rihanna is when you say I'm gonna give you said top 15. I'm gonna give her about 7. I'm gonna give her 7. If I'm gonna name off those.
So you're saying top 7.
Let's go 1 through 10 right now.
R&B.
Let's go number one.
Hip hop.
Everybody, number 1.
Female artist Rihanna.
I'm still gonna give you Queen because she does rap and R&B.
How can Queen Latifah match up to Mariah Carey or Beyonce?
Missy Elliott. Okay, so if we're going purely hip hop, let's back off.
That's why I said female artists. I'm talking about so our culture, female artists, which is gonna be hip hop, R&B.
All right, so I'm gonna give you
Rihanna right.
You know who else is hot right now?
Go ahead.
I think that's above. That might be right there with Rihanna. Doja Cat. Doja Cat is a beast, dog.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. Let me say this. Let me give you a disclaimer, a caveat. You made a statement earlier in your comment, Rajim, that a lot of us don't give new artists the time of day or the credit. I'm one of those dudes. Because I'm not giving new artists, I don't care if you male, female, whatever, you really got to get it in for me to actually sit down and listen to you. So With that being said, then I might be out of this conversation. However, I'm going to give you mine. Like if I'm saying just straight up R&B, I can name you quite a few that rank above Rihanna, but I'm telling you, she's in the conversation. The girl is bad.
In the conversation, don't get me wrong. Yeah,
so Razim said top 15. Are you agreeing top 15 for Rihanna?
So what I'll do is
I'm just saying,
I'll admit and I'll back down with what we said. Now, if we're gonna put those benchmarks in, if we're gonna put those goalposts in, all right, I'm gonna agree with you. Top 15.
So top 15.
And I say top 15 because I'm thinking about people like Anita Baker, Shawty.
Yeah.
Patty
Yeah.
LaBelle, you know what I'm saying? That's why she falls to, because there's other people in it. I'm gonna tell you, Jennifer Hudson, you know what I'm saying? Fantasia, you know what I'm saying? It's females in there that my girl, what's my girl? Jasmine Sullivan, you know what I'm saying? It's females in there that represent.
But you
also Kiki Wyatt, if you really want to go there, Kiki Wyatt is a bad girl, even though she'll kill you. She'll kill you, she'll mess you up.
I look at it like this: like you have to put in voice, you got to put in hits, you got to put in writing, you got to put in influence.
Yep.
So when we look at that pile, right? We look at a pile of people, right? Rihanna does have large on the influence. She is right behind Beyonce on the influence game. I would have to put her at because Beyonce is the highest influence game because it's really been musically more than anything else. Her hive is crazy, but also I don't know if the other pieces of influence. I would say Rihanna has her because like Fendi and all that. Like her clothing influence is wild, and you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff that she has going on that musically. When you look back and when they first kind of came out, Beyonce and Rihanna was here. Yeah. And then Rihanna stopped making music. That's the only reason that she's
making everything else. Like,
but that's the whole deal. Is like you look at it and you go, she is still one of the most known, hasn't came out with an album in forever. And if she was coming out with music at the same level as Beyonce, who would be more influential?
You know, that's the same conversation.
Like, that's a wild
it's
thing.
Hard,
but
you know,
you look at it and you go like, who would be more influential? Because they were tied. They were like when you look at back when Rihanna came out, Beyonce and Rihanna was like the two women. They were like
now you got people like
Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. They were like here.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when we had? Do you guys remember when we had on the finale and the two shows coming up to the finale? We were talking about, you know, male influence, and we were talking about crazy because we were talking about Jay-Z. If he was actually making music and actually pushing the music out right now, where would he actually be? My nephew asked me the other day. He said, Uncle Clexton. He said, where would, if Tupac was still alive, rank actually in that? We had the same conversation in the last 2 to 3 shows coming up to the finale last time, and now we're having the same conversation where it comes to his wife. We come to Beyonce.
That was interesting what my boy just said. My boy's like, you know what I'm saying? Rihanna's, she up there, but she in the conversation, but she weak. And he said she's a weak singer in his opinion. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think like.
But my whole deal is like, do you think Beyonce is the strongest singer? I don't think Beyonce. She's
no.
a performer.
No, I don't.
There's way more people that got better voices than Beyonce.
I'm about to say something right now, and I said what I said, and I'm about to cause a problem.
Go ahead.
I know my sister watching this. She a Beehive fan. She is a Beyonce fan. But I'm gonna tell you who I think can deal with Beyonce when it comes to singing.
A lot.
Kelly Rowland. I'm
gonna blow your mind right now. Billie Eilish.
Okay.
Oh, Billie Eilish is the bad girl.
Look. This not. Look,
I'm trying to tell you, Billie Eilish right now is a beast.
Look, I can tell you right now. As a voice wise, there are a lot of female singers that sing better than Beyonce. Beyonce is just a better performer.
There you go.
She's a
Beyonce. There you go. All day long. Beyonce is a showmaker. She's a better performer. I'm going to say, and I'm gonna cause an even bigger riff, Rajim. I'm telling you that Kelly Rowland is better than Beyonce.
What?
Yes.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Start a fight. Hey,
I'm about to start a fight. And this is
My boy Brian on right now. His wife is a diehard Beyonce fan.
Man, Kelly Rowland would light Beyonce up.
Look, you got all the light skins mad now. You say what? The down system.
Well, you better stop the problem.
Okay, all right. Put a Beyonce song. So put a Beyonce song next to Motivation.
That new song she got? What's it called?
Look, she got good songs. Like, look, her Beyonce song making, her performance that's not an issue. There are people that could do. There's not a song on Beyonce's joint that you could say somebody else could not do because of voice performance. It's more or less of her performing.
Total performing. Yeah, I agree.
But as of saying that vocally, she was just Mariah Carey, because Mariah Carey has a voice that you're like, nobody can do her voice because it's insane.
But she's not a performer.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Mariah Carey, think about if Mariah Carey had performance of Beyonce. That would be insane.
How about that? If Mary J. Blige had the performance of Beyonce. Mary J. Blige can blow, but her dancing skills is a little
it's right here.
Listen, it even for real now. If we talk about Mary J, it took her a while to come up to, because Mary J, listen, her first 2 albums, it was flat, baby. They was flat. I'm just saying. I'm talking about as a vocalist. Mary J was flat. She was, but she was a decent performer, which carried her into a spot. But Mary J is stiff. She got 2 sticks on her back. So okay. But I'm just a cheat, they don't dance no more. They don't dance no more. Anyway, I'm just saying.
That's my dog, though. Y'all need
but now,
yeah. I mean, it's an interesting question. That's why I posed it, because I was like, man, if you look at it and the influence, because I would say the 2 most influential women in music, besides Taylor Swift, are those 2 women.
And she jacked it up recently. Let me say that.
So I look at it like this. I'm like, man, if Rihanna made music consistently on the level of Taylor Swift and Beyonce, how would she be the queen? Like, would she be the one?
I think so, maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Because her hits was hits.
So let me ask you this. I'm finna make this even a little bit more complicated.
Let's go.
So how do you feel? Where do you feel they will fall if, say, Aaliyah was still around?
Well, look, I'm biased because when you have the production of my dog, Timberland, the R&B king,
that's what I'm saying. It's just like,
if you got that and you can say, hey, just like Justin Timberlake, you like, yo, Justin Timberlake albums, well, besides the last one, hopefully this next one's dope, but when he jumped with Tim, every track was fire, and you're like, and then you say Aaliyah and say, hey, we just gonna make albums. Oh,
I think Aaliyah could be, I guarantee Aaliyah would do some type of hit with DJ Khaled. Yeah,
Timberland makes superstars. Timberland makes superstars. He really does. I mean, let's jump the shark for a minute. So Ludacris came out of Atlanta, right? Yeah. Ludacris teamed up with Timberland and he jumped off. Disturbing the Peace, I'm not taking anything from them, right? But when Ludacris made Fat Rabbit, and that was a Timbo joint, right?
Timbo all day.
I mean, after that, then it was stars for him at that spot. So Timberland, to answer your question, yeah, all right then.
We said something about Beyonce. We did. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, look. And my sister, I knew y'all.
Here she come.
Y'all wasn't finna get nowhere without talking about Beyonce.
The truth happened.
Hey, sis, I didn't say nothing about Beyonce. I'm just let you know.
I did. Kelly Rowland is better than Beyonce, sis.
She said the Beehive is here. Y'all better stop playing.
Yeah.
Hey, sis, your brother don't want to say it, but Kelly's better than her. I'm just saying.
Sis, I didn't say nothing. You know,
look.
I didn't say nothing.
Don't give her my phone number, Rajim. Don't give her my phone number. I don't want to talk to her.
I'm gonna make sure
I'm gonna allow y'all to live. So we gonna keep it pushing real quick. Yeah, we're gonna do a little verses. We have our own little versus situation here at the Ketchup Podcast. I've done switched it up a little bit. So now I'm gonna go to this little music of the more or less music of the week, but now I've been doing this kind of versus situation. So we're gonna pop this off. These are the 2 albums that I listened to this week. New ones that have come out. We got Kodak Black versus Little Uzi Vert, right? So we got Pistols and Pearls, Kodak Black. Songs that I enjoyed was Flirting with Death, Getaway, Die Today, No Love for a Thug. And I will let me give my review of this album. Kodak Black makes me angry. This is why Kodak Black makes me angry. Because he is a really, really good writer of songs and does have good introspective in the songs that he makes. He has really good songs where you're like, oh man, this is like he telling a story. He's talking about how, I need to overcome this, I need to be better at this, and has wonderful background, good melodies, good choruses on those songs. Additionally, he has, of course, you got to feed the people of today and talk about, hey, I'm taking drugs and doing dumb stuff. But then also he does dumb stuff. Like, hey, I got to get in jail. He has a song literally talking about, hey, I've been in jail too long and I don't get to take care of my son and he's missing me. Like, he's talking about this in a very eloquent and nice way, the way the song goes together. Like, it's a good song.
But went back to jail.
You can play this album.
And then he turned himself in. What?
Look, I can play this album from front to back and be like, okay, it's a good album. You know what I'm saying? Not the best of the best, but it's a good album because it has multi different ways that it goes, and he can give you everything, right? So then we go to the Pink Tape by Little Uzi Vert. You have songs like I Just Want to Rock, which has been out forever, it feels like. And then there's I with Travis Scott, and then you got Nakamura on there as well. There are 26 songs on this album. And I found 3, y'all. I'm just saying, I found 3. And I would say, because I've listened to more and more music when we're doing this podcast, I have opened my mind up to a lot more artists. And I'm willing to listen to them and understand, like, hey, they're doing their thing, right? For sure, in this versus, go get Kodak Black's album. Little Uzi Vert album is trash. It's trash. It's trash. I don't like it, and it sounds the same all the time. And then he threw some rock on the back end, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like,
can I bow out gracefully? Rajim, I'm gonna let you go. I'm just gonna leave this go. Can I bow out gracefully? I refuse to listen to a dude whose name is Lucifer. I know it's a play. I know it's a play on words to name himself Lil Uzi Vert. I refuse to listen to a dude who named himself Lucifer.
I even got one better than that. I refuse to listen to a dude who put a diamond in the middle of his forehead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh out loud. I refuse to listen to a dude who named himself Lucifer.
Put a pink diamond in the middle of your forehead. What did you?
As long as you're, the thing is as long as you're not influenced. That's the most important part.
I am not influenced. I am not influenced because I refuse to listen to this dude.
There are people that are not named Lucifer that out here doing Luciferian things.
So I like
that name. So
I want to rock.
Influence.
What's the song he got? I want to rock.
That's the jam though.
I like it.
He don't say nothing.
Yeah, he don't say nothing. Yeah.
I want to rock. To me, I don't care what he's saying. It sounds like I want to go to hell, and I don't want to go, so I ain't listening.
Look. If that was the theme song on the way to hell, guess what? People be like, oh, I want to rock. They'd be like, oh, I didn't know it was going there. But hey, theme song's kind of dope though.
Like you do a remix of Tupac.
Nah, bro. I'm sorry.
At least it be fun on the way there, I guess. I don't know.
No, it won't. No, because it's hot. Have y'all been in Florida this whole time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's 98 degrees in Pensacola. Y'all down south.
It's
what? One more degree?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I ain't going to hell. So y'all listen to Lil Uzi Vert by yourself.
I mean, look, if you outside, it already almost feel like it.
Listen, I'm
Yeah,
sitting
look.
on the porch. It's hot, baby. It's hot.
The fact that you sitting outside is funny as shit.
Look at that. Look, you done educated everybody out here
No,
that
didn't
his
know that.
name
Look,
straight up.
I didn't even until you said it didn't click with me either.
Hey, look, man, you deep than
I was
us,
like,
man.
oh,
Hey, here at the Ketchup Podcast, you always learn something.
you know what I'm saying?
Even the host, I
You
ain't
know
know
what I'm
that.
It's our unprofessional intelligence. We did not know that shit.
We
Yeah,
had no idea.
The dude's name is a play on words. No, thank you. You can have it.
Well, Little Uzi Vert, the
I thought it literally was, I thought he riding around with a gun in a convertible.
in the vet, Little Uzi Vert.
No,
He was
You
speeding
stupid.
with a Uzi. He was speeding with a Uzi like.
I was like, man, that is a hell of a name.
That's funny. That's wild.
no,
Look
bro.
at that,
No,
man.
thank
We
you.
learning things out here.
Okay, then.
We learning
we
things
learned
out
that.
here. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff. Good
On
stuff.
to the next. On to the next.
On to the next one. So now, you know, is there anything else? You know what I'm saying? I know we got the mom, and you know, we kind of brought that up. We got the mom and the son. You know what I'm saying? Dudes can't be trying to knock out people's mamas.
Yeah,
I would say 99.9% of people that love their mom would have killed that dude. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying
We gotta
that's
go.
pretty much what's gonna happen. I don't know if anybody out there.
So I
disagrees.
I
I
had
would
something
love
else.
to find somebody that disagrees that 99.9% of all sons that love their mother would have shot that dude in the back.
Yeah, he gotta go. He gotta go.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All right, Roz, what you got, man?
So also, man, the lady who got off, I ain't gonna say she got off, but they said it wasn't enough evidence. The white lady that shot the lady through the door. That was China.
Yeah,
That
tell
was
me about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
that.
so the lady.
I haven't heard it.
Apparently, the lady was messing with the lady kids. I can't remember exactly where it was at, but the lady was the white lady was getting onto the kids or whatever, and the black lady went over there to confront her and was on her doorstep, apparently at her door, and the white lady shot through the door and killed the lady.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then they said that.
Where she live?
I can't remember.
Oh, it's probably a state that said if somebody's on your porch and you feel like you feel for your life, you can shoot them.
Yeah,
Please don't say Florida.
You can do that in Indiana.
Please don't say Florida. Don't say
They
Florida.
said it wasn't enough evidence to bring charges on it. But and so this is a good start to what you think about that. So I kind of feel like with that, and this is one of our new segments. What you think about that? So I'm gonna ask Clexton since he's on it. What you think about this? So if a lady is trying to defend her kids, right, and she goes to someone's house and they shoot her through the door, do you feel because there's a white woman killed a black lady, let's reverse the roles. You know what I'm saying? Do you think this outcome would have been the same? What you think about that?
Okay, I got two statements on what I think about that. Can I say this first? And I'm going to answer your question, but I'm gonna answer in a roundabout way. First of all, I'm not going to somebody else's house. If my child is not actively in danger, I am not coming to your house. If I bring it to you, then I get what I get. If I bring it to you, I get what I get. Okay. Secondly, now, if I am actively involved in protecting my children, if I got to come to you to protect my children, that's something completely different. I'm not coming to your house just to come for you because you came for them. I'm going to get it a different way. So that's what I think about that. Was she right to protect her children? Absolutely. Was she actually protecting her children just to go to this lady's house? Nah, dog. Was she right to die? No. So what I think about that is threefold. Protect your kids. Stay in your lane. Don't take it. We are in a society that go, oh, I'll come where you live. Drop the addy and this, that, and the other. I am not coming to your house with that foolishness, whatever it is. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Hey, what you think? What you think, bro?
I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of in the same boat due to the fact that you always know when, and if you've ever been in a situation where you can feel the escalation, you have the opportunity to like, okay, we're gonna de-escalate this because it's not worth it. And you don't know, especially if you don't know the person and don't know how they get down. Now, if it was one of your boys, y'all was tight for a long time, something happened, you have that friend fight. Like most people's have kind of a friend fight where it's like, oh, we friends, and it's like you just mad. You don't really want to hurt the person. You love them, but you just like or fight with your brother, things of those type of things. So you kind of know that the outcome is not. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to get my emotion out. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, you took me to this place. Compared to somebody you don't know, where hey, you don't know, just like you said, knock on the door and they sitting there about to bust the shotty outside of the door and things of that nature. You don't know what those folks are about, and you're not protecting your children in that way, because if you're not here, guess what you can't do?
Protect your children.
So you've already made the decision that you're not really protecting your children. The way to protect your children would be like, okay, let me show you as an adult when you grow up, this is how you handle a situation. If they're really in danger, I'm calling the police. I'm calling the school, determining whatever it had to be that the situation. You're going through the right course of actions to make sure that your kids see, because those are things they remember. They gonna see how you handle it, and then that is gonna be the way they handle it as they handle situations. So you have to be that example. So being in that and not handling it the proper way. Also, you're not protecting your children because you ain't here no more. You haven't resolved nothing, and now you left your kids more vulnerable than they were before.
True.
So you didn't handle it properly. And two wrongs, like they say, two wrongs make
Never
it right.
make it right.
The woman was wrong on the outside because she was fearing for her life because, hey, maybe she did some dirt, and now she's like, oh snap, they coming after me. She don't know either one of them, and they like, hey, we done escalated this to another level that it didn't need to be. It could have just been a conversation. Hey, it could have been a phone call. Like, dang, like get a phone or something, text somebody.
So
like,
I will say these wrongs says two lefts make it right. Just so you know.
You know what?
If you keep taking left, you went right somewhere.
On the Big Ketchup Podcast, we learn a lot.
So I will say this. So in the state of Florida, with July 1st, you don't need to conceal weapons to carry. And people are unstable. You know what I'm saying? We're literally currently in the Wild Wild West. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have a weapons license, concealed weapons license to carry. You know what I'm saying? And as of July 1st. So I'm saying this for people out there. Be careful. People are crazy. People who don't understand the law are crazy. People who understand the law are crazy. And I would say don't run up on somebody's house. You know what I'm saying? This is what my dog Rugged Jen out there doing. So, but I will say, like I said, I will say this. I tell my kids this all the time. Real talk. Before you make a decision, you got 3 seconds to make a good decision or a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 seconds. And I use a football analogy, just like I tell my football players that I coach. I tell my quarterbacks, you got 3 to 4 seconds to get out of that pocket. You know what I'm saying? Or get the ball out, or you got to get out of the pocket. And same thing for, when you make a decision. I'm a concealed weapon carrier, and I got to know if I'm about to shoot you. I got to make sure that if I'm shooting you, I'm in the right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a split decision, and it's terrible because we live in a state where it's iffy. You know what I'm saying? It's stand your ground, stand your ground state or whatever. So if you pull a gun out, you better be ready to shoot it, and then you got to be ready to deal with the consequences that come behind shooting somebody. So, but like I said, it was a situation. It was unfortunate. The kids lost their mom, and now the lady, she wouldn't get no charges because they feel like there wasn't enough evidence or whatever.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
So tell us out there, that are out there listening. What do you think about that? In that same situation, what's the right course of action? We got most of us here saying, hey, why are you even going to the house? But hey, other people may have a different perspective and something that would turn out differently if you put that forward. So that was our what you think about that. But
what
this week we're gonna have some new ones every week. We come into what you think about it. We're gonna take some article or something that we seen, try to put you in that situation, see what y'all talking about, see what y'all thinking about. Also, want to put it out there. We want to make sure that you guys are touching base with us. Go out there, jump on the Mint Ketchup group page. It is open to the public on Facebook. We out there. We throw some of the articles that we may talk about. You can put some information on what you may want us to talk about, and we'll look at that stuff and see if we can put it on the show as well, to be able to help out everybody and give some more perspective and different angles on some of the stuff that goes on with that. Additionally, you can find us everywhere that podcasts are streamed. Spotify, Apple Music, Google, all those things, and Amazon as well. So you can find us if you're listening in the car, on the way home, on the way to work early in the morning. What's on? Make sure that you click the stars. You know what I'm saying? Give us some stars out there. Rate us. Give us a little something. And if you are listening or watching, make sure you jump over to YouTube and subscribe. We're looking for those subscribers, man. So go over to YouTube. We do the visuals as well as, of course, we got the audio, but we do the visuals to make sure you can see who's actually talking, see the faces, see the expressions, be able to laugh with us, joy with us, you know what I'm saying, have a good time with us. So go over to YouTube, subscribe. We also, of course, stream it on Facebook, in our group page, as well as we do have the Mint Ketchup friends page. You can just request a friend request, and you can jump in there as well. So we're trying to make this thing grow, trying to be entertaining, trying to put a little knowledge out there. Like we said, we always have different guests, different perspectives. We got the perspective of Leah. She always be bringing it to us. Hopefully she's getting home safely. As well, we want to make sure that everybody is taking care of themselves mentally and physically. And we want you always, you know, if you have any issues, any concerns, if you're not feeling right and you're thinking of, you know, trying to end it or those things are creeping in your mind. You know, there's people always here, always go to your friends and family. Let them know you got to talk about it. You got to speak out. But also, if you're running to the last resort, make sure that you utilize the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK, 800-273-8255. You can find me, Lofton. I'm on the Twitters at Lofton_MKP on the Twits. You can find me at Hayes Adonis on the Instagrams, as well as, you know, just look me up on the Facebook with the first and the last. Roz, man, where can they find you?
Man, they can find me at He the Author, man, on Twitter, on Facebook, LGI, Let's Get It, on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook, LGI, Let's Get It. Also, I want to send a shout out real quick. Check this out. I was supposed to do this last week, and I didn't get the visual, but check out once you go to my page, you can check out Chivalry Revived. This is you know, one of the new designs, a rose green. I'm saying rose growing out of the concrete. It's a beautiful thing. Also, check out the Unhinged podcast. You know what I'm saying? They doing big things. Check out. Wait a minute, I got you. Hello Black Man. Hey, go check out Hello Black Man podcast. They doing big things.
And also, if you happen to be in the Tampa area, go check out my cousin. He lining them up crispy. He got high-end clients like Reggie Wayne, you know, saying things of that nature at Rather Unique Barbershop. Go check them out as well. I'm rocking that you are on the brim. So go check out my cousin if you happen to be in the Tampa, Brandon area when you're around here. And Rev C, talk to me, man. Where can they find you?
Hey, man, on Facebook, I'm just Clexton Middleton, man. I am at Rev C Middleton. If you go on the other social media podcast, and my hashtag is Floyd Senior Son, hashtag Floyd Senior Son. I got to give a shout out to my dad, the man that made it happen. And look out, man, for 15 August, man, the podcast is dropping. The Preserve for Purpose podcast is dropping, man. It's a place of purpose, man. We're talking about everything. You know, I am a counselor. I am a social worker, marriage, family counselor, the whole 9 yards. And my boys right here at the Mint Ketchup Podcast, man. I love y'all dearly. But holler at your boy, man. And I do morning motivations in the whole 9. So look at your boy. Look up your boy, man. We making it happen.
Yeah, we out here, man. That morning motivation. Make sure we got the new podcast. My man Rev C is gonna be running that deal. It's gonna be kind of in connection with Mint Ketchup. We for sure gonna be holding them down, making sure that things is getting out there. and get a little different version of some of the things as of life and spirituality and just motivation and counseling that people may need. So you'll be able to hit up Collection. Rev C gonna be out there doing this thing. So can't wait till August 15th so we can make those things happen. So anybody got any final words?
Hey man, I'm gonna say this. Can I say this real quick and I'm gonna let go because I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm done.
Okay.
I saw a news podcast. I saw a news broadcast today, man. ESPN, and y'all can talk about this next week. ESPN let go of 20 people today, right? 20 folks. Mm-hmm. And I said, man, listen, I was looking, I was like, oh man, that's best. Wait a minute, hold on, dog. These people that they let go,
rich,
very rich people.
They got money.
Got money. Like we are feeling sorry for them, and we're like, man, I don't know what these people are gonna do. What is Shannon Sharp gonna do? He gonna take a trip somewhere. He gonna do all of these. Max Kellerman, yeah. What is he gonna do? He gonna chill for a little while. This is what I need for us to do, man, as people, as folks. While we feel for folks, and I get the whole mentality and the whole heart for people, I need for us to understand as people, as Black people, as people all together, man, we need to make sure that we are doing everything that we possibly can to sustain and make sure that we are okay. In a lot of cases in this country and the worldwide, people don't really, let's just be honest, people don't really care what we got going on. If my light bill ain't paid this month, is Max Kellerman gonna give a freak? No, he's not, because his is taken care of. Hey, Ra, if your mortgage is not gonna pay, is anybody gonna come take care of you? No, you got LGI, you actually making it happen and you hustling. The whole situation with the Mint Ketchup Podcast and all of us doing what we need to do, we got to make sure as a people that we keep grinding until we shine. I don't care what it is. We got to make sure we keep grinding till we shine. The inflatables, the whole nine. Bro, Lofton, you got everything that you have actually going on. We can feel for other people, but do not stop grinding, because I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. And if you woke up this morning, you got strength. Make it happen, brothers. Make it happen, people. I can feel for somebody else, but in the end of the day, these millionaires, they got somewhere to go. I need you to make sure you got somewhere to go, that you got something to do. My brother Ra has been saying, even on his personal podcast, don't come at me if you don't have a plan for something. Don't tell me what I got going on if you're not trying to do something for yourself. Do something for you. Wake up, live up, do life up, man. Look up, live up, all the whole time. And then at some given point, you can live it up. Just like these people, they're going to take a vacation and they're on to the next. But we who are in the bowels of society, if you will, we still got to grind. Yep. People, grind until you shine. I love you. And ain't nothing you could do about it. And that is the opinion of Rev C and Rev C alone. You are preserved for a purpose. Find out what your purpose is and operate it. And I love y'all for real. And I'm gone.
Peace. All right, he meant that, y'all.
Hey, Ron, you have anything left?
No, man, we good. We good. Like I said, go check out Unhinged. Go check out Hello Black Man Podcast. Check out my boy Clexton. He coming out. So he dropping on the 12th. Hey, check this out. One more thing. 4th of July ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But enjoy your day off. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your day off. If it ain't bus. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't independence for everybody. But enjoy your day off. You know what I'm saying? You deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Go to the beach, have a drink or not, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? Life is short.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Have a good one. Be safe out there. Yep. Make sure y'all take care of each other. And we'll see y'all guys next week. We're going to have a special guest. It's going to be a throwback to our past.
Let's go.
It's going to be a good time. Michael 5 for life.
Michael 5
for life. You know what I'm saying? That's just a little.
We might need to perform. I think.
Michael 5 for life. So, if y'all know what it is, y'all going to see it next week. So, looking forward to next week. It's going to be a fun time. And we about to get up out of here. So, it's been great. Episode 5-2.
Let's go.
The Misconception Podcast. And we up out of here.
We out.
We got a Lee in the building.